began making way into Barovia, the village of Barovia, right?
We kind of got to the outskirts, and that's where we met Strahd.
That's right. You all
Yeah, we had
a
asked
little...
him about where we can get food or whatever.
Right. And he told you all blood on the vine, I think.
Tavern. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure. If you guys need spelling with these names, there's going to be a lot of Zavarovich, Lakarovich, Ivovich, everything's a Ovich, right? So, like...
We are going to spell it out as it sounds. It'll be all right.
You're going to hear me as the DM reading it alphaphonically, be like,
That's okay. As long as you continue to say wolves in an interesting way, I don't care what else you say.
I'm going to, because literally eventually I have to talk about wolves in this session as an old lady.
He fucking threw it right out instantly. Wolves.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to hide it.
Don't. Just don't look at me, because I can't help but smile, because it's the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm like, there's an L in that word, but he just gives it up every time.
I feel like it should.
It shouldn't matter.
Wolves, wolves.
All right.
Okay, so since we're running late, we're just gonna hop right into it. I'll give a quick little rerun, but last session wasn't really anything crazy. You all went ahead and finished up the Death House, or the Durst Manor, as you all knew it as, until we finished it. Upon laying the remains to rest, the house did come alive to try to keep you all for all of eternity. You all were able to escape its bullshittery with minimal issues. Definitely some wounds to lick by the time you all escaped. You all, once escaped, started heading down the road towards a town of civilization. As you all were walking, a black mass appeared in the sky, getting closer and closer until you realized it was a swarm of bats, thousands of them, which eventually came into the shape of a man, roughly 6 foot tall, jet black slicked hair, white skin, wearing a wonderful cape. He introduced himself as Strahd. Graven decided that he was going to, in his true form, make light of the situation and, I guess, test the patience of Strahd. This time it turned out okay, but there was definitely a show of force as Graven was hoisted into the air, roughly 200 to 300 feet.
Both of us were.
Yeah.
Jinx was too.
Oh, that's right. Jinx, you grabbed onto him, right? Was that?
No, he just took me.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I couldn't remember how that happened, but yeah.
I'm the reason Graven didn't get hurt, though, because I cast Feather.
That's right. As you plummeted back down to the ground, you were able to land safely. The severity of the situation and the danger of this environment is becoming very clear to you all. You all were left with an invitation to Strahd's castle at any time for a dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that is literally where
we ended.
We left off. Was you all had the first interactions with Strahd. You all have the invitation to the castle. But I think as a collective, you all agreed that that's probably not the best idea to head to the castle right now. You can see it looming off in the distance up on the cliff that I've described before.
Yep.
But yeah, so that is where we will pick up this evening. You all had asked Strahd about where to maybe get
some rest.
Lodging. Yeah.
And he had told you that in the village of Barovia, which you guys are moving towards, that there is a tavern by the name of Blood on the Vine. or blood of the vine. And that is truly where we left off. You all were making your way into the
Correct.
actual village itself.
Yep.
Is there anything that you all? I would say it's about a 2-mile walk. So you all would have about a half hour headed down the road to get to the actual village itself. Which, if you guys look in, I put in Discord photo reference. A couple different things for you all. I know you guys are going to have a map, so I went ahead and threw a map in there for you, a very rough map. Obviously, Barovia, you all are down in the like eastern quarter right now. No, it should be no eastern. You see where Barovia is? It's in the east.
Bottom right.
Bottom right, and then Castle Ravenloft's up on the cliff. Barovia looks like a church of sorts. That's where you all are. The picture right above that is obviously the road that you all are on, walking down into said village. And the ones above it are just some stylistic stuff for the actual town of Barovia to help point you all in the right direction. Okay. Would you guys talk about anything in the way? Like I said, you guys got about a half hour.
I feel like
Walk ahead
somebody
of you.
would bring up a conversation about where the fuck we are.
I think it would be our. I agree with you on that. I think, personally, honestly, I think Jinx would be like, so why didn't we ask this guy where the fuck we actually are? Like that kind of moment. And
Agreed.
yeah, because my first thing would be to look at Graven like, bro, could we not?
It was not intentional.
I know, but it's we don't know where we are, and these people might not even be friendly to us because of him. So let's try not to antagonize. If we don't have to fight,
please.
let's not.
Please don't look at anyone.
I wasn't trying to. It's just
I
happened.
know. I got you. It is who you are, which is fine. But
To be fair, I was very kind to him, and he took me too.
I think he's going to fuck with us no matter what we do. Considering the fact that if anything, he's the one that brought us here.
Did you
Might
take the piss out of his name?
Oh my!
But it was more. It's more of a conversation of. Okay, we just met the individual who decided to fuck with us and bring us here.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but it's a logical conclusion.
I mean, to me, it would be one of those situations of like, okay, well, he's the only one who's ever introduced himself in this entire situation. I have a feeling this guy is the reason why we are here. Whether he's a good guy or bad guy, I have no idea.
It doesn't seem
Considering
like
what he did, right? Considering what he did to Graven and Jinx, I would venture a guess to say he's trying to show us his power and what he can do.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely showing off.
Yeah. So I think the first thing we can do is to get into town, talk to anybody who will just talk it, and let's not encroach, right? Like, let's not push ourselves onto people and say, hey, answer me. It'd be more like, hey, we just blew into town, literally.
gentle about our approach. Yeah, I
Um,
agree. Table talk. What's everybody's charisma stat?
I got a +2.
+3.
Second. I'm wrong fucking shit my character.
Yeah, my wisdom is higher. So, like,
I'm just wondering charisma for any conversations we have to have here, and
Yeah,
who should lead
mine's
those.
+2.
Okay, so Graven and Jinx have the highest at +3 each. I do have proficiency in persuasion, so it's +5 for me.
mm,
I can intimidate quite well. Just saying.
Okay.
We're not trying to do that here.
I understand. I understand.
Not yet, at least.
all right, that will
Okay.
come to play, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll literally put my arm on, like in character. Like, I know what you're gonna want to do. You're our trump card. Just let us talk a little bit before we try to use the intimidation factor. They're already. I have a feeling these people are probably going to already be on edge.
He's
Because
wary of new people.
yeah, we're new. If the way we traveled here, and they're gonna notice that we're brand new faces, now they're gonna think we work for somebody that's trying to do something, trying to find out if the people here are against whoever's leading the town, or they know we're here for something else and they don't want us to. I don't know. Just let's not do the thing. Did it again. Holy shit.
Every time.
Yeah. But yeah, I think our first course of action is just to hit the tavern because that's where most people in this town, I would think, the people who are going to chat the most would be. Get a couple of drinks in.
Damn, everyone likes a little chat once the drinks are flowing.
I could always go for a nail.
So that's where I would go.
Side note, I totally get, Jordan, why you said west. I had you all on the wrong side when I threw you on the map. So you all, I put your tokens on the east where you're actually coming from. I just threw them on there earlier.
So we are making our way to the tavern if you just want to get us there. However,
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. All right, so as you all make your way and you do reach the town is eerily quiet. By this point, it's, say, mid-afternoon, reaching the point of dusk. Not quite. You can still see the sun barely cresting and starting to hide behind the castle up on the cliff.
I'm assuming we're walking past homes as
Yes.
well. Do we notice anybody looking through the windows?
So as you all approach the actual village itself, it is eerily quiet. Many of these houses seem to be run down. The streets are nothing more than mud. Many windows are shut or just shuttered closed. Doors have been barred. You can see the lumber on the outside. A lot of these houses look condemned to most of you. They don't seem to be in a living standard whatsoever. As you get closer to the center of town, there is a building up to the north that you all start to see smoke coming out of what you would assume to be chimneys. And lights are on in this building. That's where the smoke's coming from.
Okay.
There is smoke coming from a chimney in this building.
I can see the actual smoke in those,
Yep.
in a couple of buildings. Yeah.
Yep. And as you all begin to move closer to the center of town, I'd say right about here, you begin to hear the pitiful crying of what sounds to be a woman. You can't necessarily tell where it's coming from, but she keeps crying about her Grutruda. She's lost her Grutruda. She doesn't know where she is. She left her. And she just wants her to come home.
Is she visibly like just sitting on a porch and we can see her, or
You
we just hear?
So you all can't see her yet. It says you all come up to roughly about here, the center of town. You see two different out of the two buildings right here and right here. This one has a wooden sign right above the door that says "Blood on the Vine." But as you look at it, the N has been scratched out, and over top it looks like someone tried to inscribe an F to be "Blood of the Vine." The building to the south, there's a sign that says Bildros Mercantile. The crying seems to be coming from the south as you guys kind of hit that center of town. You can see there's another building with a chimney lit, or chimney smoking right here, and there does seem to be looks like a woman sitting on a porch wrapped in a blanket holding some sort of stuffed doll.
Drinks or old lady?
Let's go to the tavern first. I don't want to
Yeah.
come in here and commit to anything right off the break when we don't know anything about anybody. Somebody in the tavern might tell us that she's a scam artist. I mean, we don't know.
Works for me.
Yeah, I'm happy to get set up first.
All right. As you all walk up to the tavern, it's definitely not in the best condition, but compared to a lot of the buildings around here, it's at least maintained. Lights are flickering from the windows. It's still eerily quiet inside. The door
Can we
slightly.
s-
Go ahead.
Can we see inside through the window?
Yep. There is a short, stout man who looks very deadpan behind the bar. And he's got a glass and he's sitting there with a towel just shining. The glass has a barkeep would. There are what looks to be 3 women who are dressed in colorful dresses, sitting at one table. And you catch a quick glimpse of another man sitting on the corner table, all by his lonesome with a glass in front of him.
Hmm.
Yeah, never mind.
I'll go in and go up to the bar. Just order now.
I'll be right behind him.
Yeah, I'd go up and sit next to him too.
As you will walk in, there's no music playing. Fireplace is lit. It's warm, but just seems dreadful.
What's a bar?
The barkeep doesn't greet you all.
Hmm.
Nobody pays attention. One of the old ladies sitting at the table kind of looks up for a second and goes back down, and now you see that they're playing cards. You walk up to the bar. Go for it, man. What do you say?
Barkeep, can I get a couple glasses of your best ale?
He's sitting there polishing his glass. You notice his skin is unusually pale, almost to the point of having like a blue hue to it. His clothes are completely soiled. And just brown in color. There's no vibrance to him. These 3 women stick out to everybody else's dress in this tavern right now. He says, "No ale," pays you no mind, and just keeps sitting there wiping the glass. "Only wine."
4 glasses. Bring us a bottle. Kindly.
1 glass, 1 copper, 1 pitcher, 5 silver.
Pop 5 silver down.
All right. He turns, goes and gets the pitcher. He moves slow. I mean, he is moving slow. But he's gonna get you that pitcher. You guys probably got, like, no lie, like 45 seconds to a minute. This is what it's gonna take him.
Okay. Are you guys hungry?
You got food for us? Because I don't think I want anything out of this place.
I can purify food and water. I can't make it taste good, but I can keep it from hurting you.
I could do a bite to you after the fucking shit we just went through.
I've got a handful of rations if they don't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got some rations in the bag myself. So.
Mind you, how long he's getting that wine, it's gonna take about fucking 2 hours before we get that food.
I was like, what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna kind of look around to see if there's any other workers of the establishment, see if they're just as slow. Or...
You don't see any other workers. It's just him. As you kind of look around, you all are talking about food, and you don't see anywhere where there would be a kitchen. You don't see any signs of food. You see behind the bar, it's just these beautifully shined glasses, and off back there is a door or a door frame, and it's just casks, which you assume to be the wine. As you just watched him take a picture back around the corner as you guys are talking, and you can hear the audible sound of liquid filling a metal pitcher.
Okay.
On the counter behind the bar, right where all the other stuff is, are there any like newspapers?
Give me a perception.
While he's rolling, Jinx is going to look at Graven and say, Graven, may I have your swords, please?
I'll say
And
shit.
I pull out my whetstone.
Sure.
Just so I'm not just asking for your swords. I'm going to sharpen them for you.
That's an 8.
There you go. How many you want?
Whatever blades you have, I will. You all would know this is something Jinx does. We sit down somewhere, and if we're not going to sleep or we don't have other tasks, Jinx sharpens your swords or fixes up your weapons, goes over them and makes sure they're still in working condition. Being an artificer, it's kind of my duty to.
I hand over my swords.
Okay. Where are you sharpening these?
Right where I'm sitting at the bar.
Okay, so you want to sit at the bar?
That's where I said I was sitting earlier. I'm not going to metagame it.
Okay. No, you're fine. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever the barkeep comes back, I'm gonna ask him about a local town paper.
He does come back. Time as you all are sitting there, and he sets the pitcher down, and you ask him. The only response you get is, "Only wine. 1 cup, 1 copper, 1 pitcher, 5 silver."
Jinx looks over at Zavath and says, "Yeah, I know that I'm a little disconnected to the societal norms of people, but this is strange, right?"
Very much so. I know you were looking at him, but yeah.
Like,
Anybody can answer.
I feel like all of us would be like, "There's something wrong, dog." Like,
Yeah, even Jinx picked up on it. This is bad.
About that time, you all hear footsteps behind you. Somebody approaching the bar. Jinx, you feel a hand on your shoulder. You hear a gentle, soft-spoken voice. You must not be from here, but people around here don't necessarily feel comfortable with brandishing weapons or maintaining them, if you understand. As you turn around, it's a gentleman that was sitting directly behind you. Or not behind you, but at the table by himself.
Right.
Would you like to know? I don't need to make a handout. No. All right.
yeah, I see it.
Okay.
With like a brown vest.
Yeah. This is, clearly you aren't from here. If you got wine, would you care to come sit? Been quite lonely lately. As you all look at him, his eyes are completely bloodshot. You all would assume that this man hasn't slept in days.
Is he pale like the barkeep?
No, he's not. He's not. And his actual clothing seems to be of very high quality, even to you all from a normal standpoint.
Jinx would... I'd be happy to come sit with you and then hand the weapons back to Graven so he can put them away because we don't want to make people uncomfortable. I'll get to these a little later. I'll take care of it tonight, though.
That's fine.
And Jinx is going to get up and walk over to the table with the guy. What's your name, sir?
My name is Ismark. Ismark Kolyanovich. As he introduces himself. So I'm sure you all have already figured it out. I tell you to leave first thing in the morning, but it's not really that simple here.
Where is here exactly? Where we just got in. We've been here for a little over a day.
This is the village of Barovia.
Where is Barovia?
In Barovia.
What's outside of Barovia?
He kind of stops for a minute and ponders. A lifelong left. This place, and he kind of looks over at the barkeep. Place is a bit different. As I'm sure you've seen by your interaction with Eric.
Is that the barkeep?
He nods, yes.
So, we're in Barovia. Barovia is in Barovia. Where is that Barovia? Just trying to pinpoint where we might be. I'm
Right.
pretty familiar with the world.
Be honest, I don't know how necessarily to describe that. And you can tell he's like trying to figure out how to put this into words.
Being someone that has expertise in the artifice as an artificer, would Jinx know anything about other planes or demi-planes or anything like that?
100%. I mean, with where we would be timeline-wise within Toril anyways, it doesn't matter if you're in Faerun or wherever. This isn't the first time demi-planes have been a thing, right? Okay. Ismark doesn't, to him, the words like demi-plane and things aren't a
Not
thing.
common language to him.
Yeah, he's kind of just lost. The land used to be part of Faerun, and then the mist came, and things have been different ever since.
I know this is going to sound strange, but what's today's date? The full date?
Not quite sure. Things don't work necessarily like that around here. The devil himself controls everything when day and night cycle happens. The weather, everything.
So before the devil arrived, do you remember what that day was? Or what year it was?
He shakes his head no.
Do you know how long you've been in Barovia?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So he knows that. Well, he says he's 28. It's at least the last 10 years. I was a bit older than a boy when everything changed.
The devil you mentioned, is that Strahd?
He just kind of smirks for a second, and he always does make it a point to introduce himself.
He made a point. Yeah. That's true.
Two of our friends here definitely have found that out.
Interesting fella, that's for sure.
He's nothing but a damn soul. And for what reasons he's able to rule this place, no one knows. The damn bastard's been doing nothing but wreaking havoc for the last 9 days around here. Attacking the village. Wanting something to do with my sister, Ireena.
Us folks, we know this name. Hold on. Ree.
Ireena.
Where's your sister now?
She's at the manor. Our house. You see, a few nights ago, our father fell ill and sadly has passed. He was the burgomaster of these lands.
Jinx, without trying to hide anything, would immediately snap his look over to Zavath.
And I would just slowly nod, acting as if I'm following the conversation, but it's more to acknowledge Jinx's look, saying, yeah. It's just,
Not discreet either. This dude,
Right, yeah, it
Ismark
was
totally
100%.
saw Jinx like break eye contact and look at someone else.
It turned his head. It was just.
You really can't miss a robot. Like, let's be honest. There's nothing that you're gonna like. I'm gonna hide this.
Probably swiveled on the spot.
To remind you guys how to deal with Jinx. Jinx is DJ's autism personified. That's all he is, okay? DJ's real easy to work with. So is Jinx. He's just very direct.
So at like him saying that, and I'd be like, while he's saying, he's the Burgomaster, it'd be more like, what's your father's name? If you don't mind me asking.
Stand fucking by.
We have the letter. That's why I'm asking.
He looks at you and a letter.
No. I'm saying to you, like outside the game. More to you, say like we have a letter, so just to make sure it coincides.
Hold on, just give me 1 second.
Yep.
The Burgomaster was Kolyan and Donavich.
Yep.
Damn it, I hate these fucking notes. Give me a second, boys.
Because it's more so where it's like this could be somebody else. That's why I was more asking. Like, was there another one? But
Ireena was in there too, but her last name is Kolyana.
right.
That is. Oh wait, you all don't know that yet. Never mind. Disregard.
Disregard what?
Yeah.
Okay. So the names
whole
in the
thing.
letter are supposed to be written differently than the names we just received. Is that an accurate statement?
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ain't it?
He says
worse,
that
dude.
his father's name is, of course, Kolyan and Donavich.
The same name in the letter.
And that one.
Okay. So we're good.
Too many Viches. That's why I had to look it up real quick. I was like, hold on.
All right. So he said that his father passed away. He was the Burgomaster.
Barovia, yeah. Of the village of Barovia. Yes.
Okay. Jinx looks over at Zavath.
I would take a step out of it with Jinx looking directly at me. I'd be like, is there something wrong with your sister? Like any ailments, illnesses?
I wouldn't necessarily call it that. I am, however, looking to get her as far away from the village of Barovia as possible.
Does she have a wound of some kind?
While this is happening, I'm going to grab the letter that we have.
You all notice as Jinx asks that, like, he gets not, like, uncomfortable, but, like, does one of those, like, I need to reposition myself moves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to literally put the letter on the table and just keep looking at him.
He looks at Jinx and just ever so slightly, like, eye contact, just nods, yes. As the letter comes down onto the table, may I?
Absolutely.
He picks it up and reads it. And This isn't possible for multiple reasons. Where did you get this?
We retrieved it off of a courier that was dead in the woods. Seemed to have died to an animal attack of some kind.
Doesn't make any sense. This isn't my hand. This isn't my father's handwriting, and that's not his signature. How long ago did you get this?
Yesterday.
A day ago.
Makes sense. Again, my father expired 3 days ago.
What did he die of, if you don't mind me asking?
He kind of like tucks in a little bit. Not that there's that many people, but he's not
Being-
trying to be loud.
Yeah, just be careful. Right.
His heart just couldn't take it anymore. Like I told you, we've been dealing with issues for the last 9 days. The first 6 of them every fucking damn night. Strahd's army, werewolves, undead vampires have been attacking not only the village, but our manor itself, trying to get in and get to Ireena. The only thing I can think is that he couldn't take the stress of it anymore, and he just dropped dead.
Well, we got the letter yesterday. We don't know how long the courier had it prior to us retrieving it, so we don't know for sure when it was written.
Well, I understand,
fact
but that's not his writing.
Right. Insight check.
You don't even have to. He's like 100% like pointing at it. Like, no, that's not my father's handwriting.
Okay. It's genuine. Okay.
There's also a crest on the stamp of this envelope that we cracked open and it had the letter D on it. Does that make any sense to you?
Last name Durst, maybe?
That was a family that at one time lived here. From what we understand, tragedy struck, and I don't really want to talk much about it. And he kind of like looks around, and I don't like to get into other people's business.
That's fine. We've
At least
heard
not-
similar.
At least not in public.
That's fine.
That's fine.
We've
I
heard
was
similar
just curious.
information.
But that
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense.
Would you be surprised to hear that we pulled that letter off of the father from the Durst family in the woods? That's who had it. He is now expired.
Not really. They kept trying to appease the devil. Again, if we could talk more detail, just
Not
not
here.
where ears can.
Jinx is gonna pull the medallion that the guy in the woods was wearing out of his cloak and kind of bring it out and show the symbol on it, which I think was an eye with like sun rays coming out of it. Maybe was that right?
Yep.
Do you recognize this?
Hmm.
I do, but I haven't seen that in years. That's the symbol of one of the old deity around here, and that was on.
It was on his person. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That symbol stands directly opposite to who he tries to appease. I don't know much about her, far beyond or far before our time, but from what I understand, her and the Night Mother are the ones that stood this land up. She crafted what we know as daytime, as purity. What in the hell's going on here?
What's her name? Do you know?
I don't know.
Whilst he's like talking. Zavath, can you hand?
Can I see that? And he
The
kind of puts his
medallion?
hand out for the medallion.
Insight check.
What's doing this, Zavath?
Can I
you hand
help
me-
him with that because I'm proficient in insight?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's just roll another one, each.
Yep. Nope. 2 lower, actually. Not great. 9.
He again seems to be completely pure in his actions. It seems more like he's inquisitive as he's trying to put all of these things together in his head. Even when he spoke about it, it's preposterous. That doesn't make any sense. Like what you're telling him contradicts what he knew about the Dursts. Is how you all would interpret it.
Before I take it off, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
There's nothing.
The medallion's not magical. Nothing on him is magical. Nothing in the room is magical.
Nope.
Okay. I'll take it off and hand it to him.
Okay. He kind of just takes it and rubs his thumbs over it and is just analyzing it for being how ancient this is. It's in wonderful condition.
When you say ancient, how long?
The beginning of Barovia as we knew it back before Strahd. You see, this entire region didn't follow, I guess, what you would call the popular deity. We had our own ways of life. Nothing against Torm. Nothing against any of them. It just wasn't our way. We were taught to worship those that actually created our lives. Now, through the years, who knows? That could have just been hearsay, right? It could have just been people making up new religions. I've never seen any actual proof of any of these lesser deity existing, but I do have small recollections as a child being taught these in the church. I didn't care much for religion. Still don't.
Most don't.
Just
Stay around
quick,
here.
whilst he's talking about this, Zavath, have you got the that other letter we found? I need to check something quickly.
Yep.
Between the two letters, is the handwriting the same, or is it different?
Pathetic servant letter is from Strahd.
Yes,
Directly.
but obviously he
They're
Playboy
different.
here is saying
They're
okay,
different.
I was just
They're
making
different.
sure.
They're different.
I just obviously he was saying this letter wasn't written by his father, or it doesn't reckon this letter was written by his father. I just want to check because obviously that pathetic servant letter is written by Strahd. I just want to check.
Right.
Strahd decided not to write that letter,
That was a good
But-
idea.
but they're different.
While this is happening, Jinx is going to pull out one ration for everybody, and he's going to offer one to Bisquick, whatever his fucking name is.
Ismark.
Ismark, the rapper.
Bisquick, that's what I said.
He says, I appreciate the gesture, but no. And he goes, actually, hold on a second. Pulls out his coin purse and pulls out 5 silver and puts it on the table. You all are in enough shit, and I'm sure enough shock. Keep your money. I've got this. A matter of fact, all the drinks tonight are on me for you all. It's very rare that we come across normal individuals.
So I would like to propose something. And my character, I think I would be doing that. So I would be fake sipping the wine every time, acting as if it's disappearing. the soft slosh of like, hey, I'm drinking, but I'm not. It's really not going anywhere. And like after like the first glass, and anybody tries to pour some, I just cover my cup because I'm just trying to stay above that aspect because at this point, I don't trust anybody in this town. I might have taken a sip, but I'm not drinking the wine.
I'm not drinking more than one glass.
You all notice every once in a while you're sitting here
Mhm.
talking. The old ladies just every once in a while just kind of like scoff over, like just to like look at you all. They stick out, and I have no better way to say this, and I'm just going to describe it this way. They're dressed like fucking gypsies. I don't care what Wizards of the Coast tried to do with a Vistani. They're fucking gypsies. All right, like in our campaign, that's how we're going to play it because it makes sense for the Gothic horror, right?
Fucking pikeys.
I know. Woo. But yeah, they definitely are three gypsy women, and
Thanks.
mid conversation, one
Sorry,
of
there's
them
big,
kind
there's
of
big,
movie, dude.
there's big hate for gypsies down here.
one.
We know.
One of the old ladies kind of like pokes her head up from their card game and says, "Why don't you just buy them a whole fucking cask of the lesser?" And you kind of look as Mark like shakes his head. He's like, "I already told them. Whatever they want to drink, we take care of them. And please, for the love of God, stop with the lesser. That's not my title." And they all three just kind of cackle for a second and go back to what they're doing. And he goes, "I'm terribly sorry about that." You see my
Calling you the
nickname.
lesser.
My nickname comes because of my father. I've always tried to live up to his expectations. I never could.
So their term for you is derogatory intentionally.
Yeah.
Jinx stands up and goes over and sits at their table.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Here we go. We're about to fight three witches.
All right.
Your house is on wheels. Shut the fuck up.
There is one more. There's one seat over at their table. You sit down. I take it you just literally like bloop sit down.
Yep.
Jinx, play
Don't-
nice.
Don't say a fucking word. I just sit down.
Okay. They just keep playing their card game. They pay you no mind.
You do hear gravitate. Behave yourself over there.
That happens, you hear one of the old ladies pop or speak up. There'd be no reason to start a bunch of nonsense with three old women who own the establishment.
Oh.
As they're sitting there playing cards.
I just came over to ask why you were unkind to Bisquick.
I do believe his name is Ismark, and somebody who calls him by the wrong name has no point in trying to ask why I call him what I call him.
I'm aware that his name is Ismark.
If we're gonna question name calling, let's not name call.
Playing with someone's name and saying something derogatory to them with the intent of getting a rise out of them is completely different.
I guess she sets her cards down and for the first time looks up at you, and her one eye is completely white. Says, "Well, true.
I mean, no offense. I don't come here for hostility. I just don't like when people are intentionally unkind.
Be fair to those of us who have been around Barovia for years. Calling him the lesser is of a what's the word? And she looks over at one of the other ladies, Elenka. What's the word I'm looking for? And she goes, a compliment. Oh, yes. It's a compliment. You see, his father has big shoes to fill. We are all here still because of his actions. So we don't mean it in a negative way. It's just fact.
I don't know that you're qualified to consider it fact, but I think I see your point. It's still unkind if the person you're paying the compliment to doesn't take the compliment as a compliment. It's not a compliment.
Well, why that's true. The world isn't kind, my sweet, sweet boy.
That's fair. But being treated with unkindness doesn't necessarily mean we have to respond in kind either.
Kind of like, you see like just the one side of her mouth kind of like start to curl up and forms like a crow's foot. She's holding back a smirk.
I'll stand up and say, enjoy the rest of your game, and then go back over and sit down next to everybody with Ismark.
As you get up, she says that, enjoy the wine while you can, especially if he's paying. We're not quite sure when the next shipment will arrive.
I have some brewer supplies. I might be able to help you make more or teach you how to make some potentially even.
No, you see, this is the only wine in the land, and it comes from the western side. Something's happening. Shipments just aren't coming. There's only one place, one vineyard where anything grows. So
They
your
make the
tools,
wine.
so your tools do nothing here. Yes.
Right, understood. Okay. How often do you get shipments, and how long has it been since the last one came in? Roughly, obviously.
She looks over at the other lady. Where the fuck are their fucking names? There it is. She goes, that's a question for Maribel. And the other lady sitting at the table speaks up. I usually get 4 to 6 casks monthly, right?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what they call months in this world, but monthly, right?
They're still months. They just have different names.
Yeah. Last shipment was 2 months ago.
Do all of these women have an eye missing?
Or just the one.
White eye is just the one with the white eye?
Yep, just the one.
Okay.
And they would go on to explain just quickly that the wine comes from a place called Krezk, Krezk, and it is on the western side of the land of Barovia.
Leave it to that Eastern European shit. Sound effects for names, bro.
Yeah.
They could have picked somewhere else other than Croatia.
Right.
Well, we may be in touch about your shipments potentially. We kind of do things like that for a living. We have some things to take care of and figure out before we can commit to anything. And I don't want to speak for the rest of the group because that is not how we operate. But we might be able to help you get your wine.
It would be lovely. We don't have much to offer, and sorry, Ismark speaks up. I could take care of that for them if they are able to help out. He turns to you all and says, we could work out some sort of payment. If that happens, you see, we don't have that many delicacies here in Barovia. And that wine is something special. Really, all we have are wine and these wonderful pies. which I do recommend if you all see a lady with a pie cart. I fully recommend the apple crisp. They're delicious.
Jinx looks over at the old woman and says, well, that doesn't seem very lesser to me.
It's all in perspective.
That's fair. I can't argue that.
Again, it wasn't an insult. I understand why you think it's an insult. It's just those are big shoes to fill, and
Well, it feels like he thinks it's an insult, which is the point.
he's lived that way for his entire life.
Would you shut the fuck up?
And fucking Betty.
Yeah.
And Ismark speaks up. It's perfectly fine. It's nothing but a nickname. Reality is, without my father, this village wouldn't be here. And I don't know if I will ever be able to be the man that he was. So I don't necessarily take it as an insult, but obviously I strive to be him. I strive to be better than him.
I think it's important to strive to be your own self, because you'll find your own way through the world and make your own mark. At least that's been my experience. But we'll discuss the wine thing at some point. I think we need to find a place to sleep tonight and figure out what we're going to do tomorrow.
Ismark says, well, it's going to be a bit of a hard one. While this is a tavern, there are no sleeping accommodations. None really that I would recommend in town. I'm sure you all could shack up in one of these abandoned, rundown houses, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. You all are more than welcome to come sleep at the manor. That is, of course, if you wouldn't mind possibly helping me out with getting my sister out of here.
What is this wound she has, if you're able to discuss it in public?
I would rather not speak about that right now. If you guys would be willing and trusting, at least come back to the manor for a little bit. We could have a conversation. If you all want to leave, you're 100%. Nobody will harm you. Nobody will try to stop you all from leaving. This just isn't a conversation for public.
Jinx just kind of turns to the group. What do you want to do?
I'm happy to go with him. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we've got. The best we can do is wander around here and see what else. But I think our best bet is to go with him.
Yep, the only other thing is right across the street, the merchant shop. I wouldn't recommend buying anything from there. His prices are outrageous. But if you all do need any supplies, it is there for you. But something that should cost 5 silver will cost 50 gold. And the Jackass's motto is, if you need it bad enough, you'll pay.
Does he have anything unique to the area? Or is it all just common stuff?
It's all common things that the Vistani bring to him. They are Vistani. They are travelers. Can come and go as they wish.
Yeah, I guess if the group agrees, then we go back to the manor.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I said I'm already good to go.
Yeah, I heard you. I'm waiting on X.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. You all finish your wine or whatever you're doing with it. Before you all leave, Ismark walks up to the bar. Eric, can I have a bottle to go? He nods, turns, and one of the ladies, one of the old ladies, starts mocking. Not the one with the white eye. One of the other sisters, starts mocking him, and all you hear is, 1 cup. 1 copper. And they start doing that, but he brings a full corked bottle, relatively fast. Nothing special about the bottle, just a green round fucking bottle. The cork is wax dipped in a very beautiful crimson red, with a W stamped on top of it.
For wine. All right.
Well, is it a W or an M?
All right.
It is a W. He grabs that and says, "I'm great time. It's not more the manor's not more than a 15-minute walk from here. It's just on the north side of town." And you all start walking. You all, with Ismark, go ahead and start walking down the quiet, dreary streets of Barovia. And as soon as you come outside again, you start to hear the cries of the woman you heard earlier. And as you all make it down to where she is, which I have too many fucking things open right now. There we go. Which is this house. I'll ping it for you all.
Mhm.
There is, in fact, a jury old woman sitting on her porch. Her skin tone is human. It's not bluish gray like I described earlier. The shawl she's wearing, though, is almost paper thin. I mean, like a potato sack that's been worn down over 40 years. She looks completely disheveled, and she's crying while holding a very familiar doll that you all saw another child holding. You all would recognize that it's the same style of doll that Thorn was holding.
Holding on. We never asked what that ghost's name was, did we?
Yeah, it's Thorn.
No,
I'm
No,
not
the
talking
one
about
that
that
appeared
one.
in the
Maiden.
doorway.
The maiden.
The one
Oh.
that was that. Yeah, we never asked.
Are you all right, ma'am?
See, I told you he was going to talk to her.
She-
I told you. I knew this was the line.
She just continues wailing, almost not even paying attention to you. She's just so worked up, almost to the point of hyperventilating. As Mark says, that's Mad Mary. Mary? Mary, why don't you go inside? No response. She's still just hysterically crying. And I've already told you, if any of us find Gertruda, we'll make sure she gets home safe. Sitting out here screaming in the streets isn't doing anything but causing panic. Please go inside.
The doll in her hand look beat to hell, like torn up, like just, or does it just look like something she's just been holding on to and it's just time?
It looks to be about, I'll say, like, it's used, right? It's like if any of us were to go back and look at one of our old stuffed animals.
Right, that's what I was trying to say.
That are still
Time,
around.
time in
Yeah,
general.
time.
Yeah.
Time, yeah. And without even really acknowledging, she stands up and starts to go back inside, and just before she closes the door, she says, I just want her home. I just want her home. And as the door shuts, Ismark says, I'm terribly sorry that you all had to witness that.
How old was her daughter?
She's 18 now. You see, her mom never let her out of the house growing up. Said it wasn't safe, which she wasn't wrong. She wasn't
Right.
wrong. But when she turned 18, she decided to run away one night. she hasn't come back in over 6 months.
No
The only
clue where
thing
she
her-
went.
No clue. She left under the guise of the night.
Just before or after the fog rolled in.
Sure. The fog's been here for ages. As you can see, this has just started to descend her into a state of madness, not knowing where her daughter is. Nobody even knows where to begin looking.
Did she have a what would be the term back then? I guess the best way to say is lover at this point that anybody knew of.
No, to be quite honest, up until about a year ago, nobody even knew that she had a daughter. She never left the house.
Did anybody? And I actually paused when I asked this question. Anybody check her house?
When all of this first happened, yeah. The house was searched high and low. There's no sign of her. The only things that were left were her normal bedding and that Blinsky doll that Mary still has. Those dolls were very popular in Barovia, even before all of this, and he kind of just looks around. An old toy maker used to live here, and that was his specialty, was the Blinsky doll. Almost every child at one point had it. I suppose we should get going. There's
Keep going.
really
keep
not
going,
much we
yeah.
can do here for her. So you all continue walking. As you all start to walk, you all can see the manor. It's not a huge, like, extravagant manor, but the house is bigger and kind of farther south than anybody else. You can tell there is money, but it doesn't seem to be wealth, right? For the area, it's wealthy, but to what you all would know as wealth, it's not.
It'd be like a mayor's house.
Right. As you all begin walking and getting closer, Ismark starts to open up a little bit more. It's just like, I just want to apologize for not wanting to discuss certain things in public. I feel we're far enough away from ears. Yes, my sister has been injured twice within the last month. You see, the attacks on the house have been because Strahd essentially wants her. Ramblings about how she belongs to him, that she's the reincarnation of his love. So yes, she has been twice bitten. No, she is not turned. But from what we understand, if this happens one more time,
She'll become whatever he is.
servant. And so, during the attack on the 6th night, my father did everything that needed to happen to make sure she was safe. And yes, that meant he lost his life.
He lost his life to a wolf.
To a werewolf.
I had to trigger you to say it, sir.
That's why I'm staring at you as I said it.
I was doing really good holding it in, man.
But so let us give you a trail of things that we saw so that you get an understanding of why we're asking the questions that we are. This letter was found on a man who was apparently from an entirely different family. We experienced something at their home. Yes, we went to their home. And now we're here.
And you went in the home.
We were inside.
You survived.
We're here.
Let's prove it.
And like at the same time, I'm gonna flick Jinx so you can hear the tink, like we're real. It's not an imagination. So yeah, we're here, and I don't know how any of that makes sense with this letter. We received a letter. We found another letter from Strahd sending it back. I don't
know. What I do know about the Durst family is they became obsessed when Strahd fully took over Barovia. He kind of looks around. He stops. Says, "Let's just continue this when we get inside." And as he's looking up on on a rooftop, and you all hear the calling of ravens, and there is a whole flock of ravens that are perched on this roof, just seemingly watching you all as you walk. And so as soon as he notices that, he shuts up. Let's just be quick.
Watching.
Let's be quick. And he picks up the pace to get to the house. Nothing crazy. Gate at the house. He opens it, not a problem. Goes right up to the front door, unlocks it. As he goes to turn the handle, he says, I don't want this to sound weird, but if you wouldn't mind just waiting here for a minute. We usually don't have guests over, and I just want to talk to my sister real quick, especially with the state of everything. I'll be right back. I'll leave the door cracked. There's no funny business. I just want to give her a heads up that we have company.
While he does that, I want to take a look at the state of the front of the house, looking for any markings, symbols.
As you all get close and you kind of just take a minute and like look around, there are claw marks engraved into the stone all over this. If you step to the side of the house, you can see more engravings, or like not engravings, but like where
Like
claws have
slash
tried
marks.
to, right. Some of the windows have been broken and they have boards blocking them and barricading them. There's no holy symbols, nothing of that nature, but you can definitely tell that there has been multiple attacks on this particular house.
While we're waiting, Jinx is going to go around and cast Mending on any of the broken windows or any damage that he sees. Any damage that could be structurally compromising. Not like the scratches, but...
Yeah, I got you. Okay. You can do that. It'll probably take you, I'll say 5 minutes if you're gonna like walk around the whole house. You know what I mean? Like where you have
I'm
windows.
gonna help. I'll help him with that because I have mending before.
Okay. If they're fully broken, obviously it's too big for you to mend. But there are definitely some windows that just have like splinters and cracks or like little like corners knocked out. Like any of those, you would definitely be able to. Any of the actual like wooden frames, you'd be able to fix, right? So, all right, that's fine. Yeah, you can walk around and start fixing those.
Cool.
But yeah, no. So no holy symbols, but it definitely looks as though there have been fights of some sort, attacks on this home.
Just for table talk, the reason why I was asking is because how already explained that these people were attacked. I was trying to see if they had something that made sense to protect themselves. not just a boarded window or locked door kind of deal. That's why I asked for symbols. For my
You all,
headset.
okay. As you all are walking around mending, I figure you're inspecting the building like as you guys are mending, right? That makes sense
Yep.
to me in my head. What are the other two of you doing? The door's cracked, not like ajar to be like completely open, but he essentially did it as like a gesture of like trust, right? Like he's not going in here getting a shotgun and then coming back out to fucking arc raider you all,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just leaning up on the guardrail.
Yeah, I feel too awkward walking in without anyone else.
About 2 minutes into the 5 minutes of them doing this mending stuff, and you hear footsteps, and the door opens, and Ismark comes to the side. Please come. Where are the others?
They're fixing up your house a little bit. I'll send out a little whistle. Like, shh.
They don't have to do that. It's appreciated, but thank you.
They wouldn't have left without doing it, so
Fine.
we can wait a few minutes for them so we can all go at once.
That's perfectly fine. Can I get you a glass of wine? Or are you all good? You need water.
I'm good
I'll
myself.
take a water.
Yeah, I can take a glass of water.
Okay. You too, Connor.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and go get that real quick. If they come back, you all are more than welcome to come on in. Don't feel like you have to stand outside, especially as it gets dark. You never know. So he goes, and it's probably a good time, and it takes him about like a minute to go get you guys water. And as he comes back with these 2 glasses of water, I would say at this time everyone's kind of coming back together to be able to come in. The inside of this house is gorgeous. All doors and stairwells are pure wood. Beautiful old, like Victorian trim. Candelabras on almost every wall you can see. Very well lit. It's cozy. Every room has a fireplace that you can see. The floors in the main parlor where you will walk in are checkered white and black tile. Um, um, I guess we should finish talking. If you would like, we can go to the den.
Good with us.
Okay. As you all begin to follow, there's no map for this because I don't have anything for it right now. But as you all begin to follow him down this long corridor, there is a huge double French door that's open, and it seems to be a parlor of sorts. And he kind of like stops in front of it and points you all to keep going. The next door on the left, that's the den. As you all walk by, you all would notice that there is a casket that is in the room that he kind of stands in front of with the lid closed on it. And kind of ushers you guys past it. Not like trying to hide it, but like you guys don't need to see like this. You know what I mean? Ushers you all into that room. You walk in, it's a pretty spacious, like 15 by 12 den. Fireplace with a bare rug right in front of it. Fireplace is going. Plenty of seating. Please make yourself at home. I apologize. You had to see that. I didn't realize that that the parlor doors were open. We're preparing my father for his burial.
No need to be sorry about that.
At any rate, Ireena will be down here in a couple minutes. Did catch her as she was getting prepared for slumber. But in the meantime, we can continue our conversation. Where exactly were we? You can tell he's not confused, but like he's just mentally exhausted.
The what was it? We were
Where we, I
Where
was
we go.
explaining, I was explaining that we had been in the Durst house.
Yes.
We found a courier's dead body with the letter. Inside the dead house, we found another letter.
Yeah. As you all start to spark his memory, he's yes. So the Durst family became obsessed with Strahd after he took over the land, to the point of they started their own cult, for lack of better terms. Rumor has it many sacrifices were made in that house, all in the name of Strahd, trying to appease him and get his blessing. Not quite sure what actually happened, but they've been dead for a couple years now. There was an affair issue that happened. There was a child born out of wedlock. It seems rather than pleasing the land, as they referred to him as, they offended him. And it seems as though the land has reclaimed what was his.
If they all died a couple years ago, how did we see the dad's body out in the woods?
That's the next question. I didn't want to say anything out in public, but that one did throw me for a loop. Are you quite sure it was him?
Looked just like him. And then when we got into the basement of the house, we ended up fighting him because he and his wife crawled out of the dirt and attacked us.
What? I'm sorry. This just sounds, even for around here, this sounds ridiculous.
May sound ridiculous, but it doesn't change the fact that it's the events that occurred.
Let me
I
paint
bel-
you a better
I
picture.
believe you. I believe you.
Where we came from, we were taken. We were essentially forced to come in this direction. And the direction led us to their house. When we arrived at their house, at least before we arrived there, we found the body, found the letter, found the amulet, or whatever it is. Got into the house, saw all manner of bad. And when we left, we were forced to continue on towards this place. And that's when we met Strahd. Now, the fact that we found a dead body of the husband of that family, father, we saw a painting inside the house that looked old, but it definitely was him, much younger. And it had this letter with their stamp on it. We found a letter inside from Strahd saying very point blank, that they have no control over him. They didn't summon him. He was not there to give them any kind of immortality or life or anything that they were trying to gain. And no one still knows where he came from. And now we're here, and you're telling us that this town has been, as far as you know, 10 years in this thing. And I keep asking the date because I don't want to throw you for a bigger loop, but I don't think it's been 10 years.
Kind of just has this, like, not shocked face, right? But, like, he's just dumbfounded. Like, just you see they're not locked. The gears aren't locked. They're just going right.
Right.
That doesn't make any. It just doesn't make sense. I guess I'll make it a little more confusing for y'all then. What if I told you y'all weren't the first of your kind to be here?
That's not surprising, honestly.
That doesn't sound surprising at all.
What happened to the last ones?
Well, I don't necessarily know. I usually don't deal with this. You have to understand. My father was very much of the opinion that we stay out of everybody's business. And why people are brought to this land, that's for them. We didn't get involved. We never got involved with Strahd. Wanted nothing to do with it. But what I can tell you is I've heard stories of people entering that house and never coming out of it. I've heard stories of people thinking that they could storm the castle itself and attempt to kill Strahd. There have even been stories of those who have went toe-to-toe with Strahd. And next dusk, he returned. One that I remember very clearly was a man by the name of Elminster. The crazy loon said he lived in hell itself and that this realm was nothing to him. He had some peculiar little man with him, too. Wore a ridiculous hat.
Oh my god.
I believe he called himself Volo, yes. And he kept rambling on about writing some book. He was traveling around realms to write and document monsters and atrocities. The poor fool barely fucking lived through that, from what I understand. The only reason he didn't make it out was because of Elminster. But no one's ever come back with a letter like this, and not that many people know that my father has passed. That's what's so confusing about this right now.
Listen, I understand your father was the mentality of survival, and I will never take that from him. But just because you don't fuck with something doesn't mean it's not going to fuck with you. And that's
Very
what he's
true.
doing. That's what he's doing.
My father?
Strahd.
Ah.
He wants what he wants, and he gets what he wants, apparently.
Well, and currently right now what he wants is my sister, and I can't afford to lose another family member.
How have you been fending off these creatures?
There were more of us in this town. Like I said, everybody loved my father. And most have perished in fending off.
You got a creature inbound.
Luckily, since my father passed, the attacks have stopped. I don't know if that means that Strahd is threatened by my father or was. But ever since then, it seems like he's just toying.
That I've
Doesn't
been
matter.
pretty quiet. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. He was just going to say, instead of being worried about attacks from werewolves and were-ravens and his personal servants. Luna, you can fuck off my computer, girl.
I saw her creep all the way from the staircase.
I know,
all the way to
that's-
back. I was
and
like,
now she's just,
"Creep,
yeah. It's like, we haven't dealt with that, but everywhere I go, there seems to be flocks of ravens. Seem just to be staring. Or if I'm in the woods, bats. I just feel like eyes are on me at all times. I don't know if that's paranoia just from the last week or so, but I don't feel like this is over, and that's why my dad was looking for someone to get my sister out of here, but again, that's not his handwriting. He didn't write that.
I have 2 questions. I know I've been relatively quiet since we arrived here.
Yeah.
Number 1, where do you need your sister taken to?
Well, ideally, we can't leave the land. I don't know if you all have experienced that yet, but the fog is quite toxic. Some of those who have come thought they could walk through it and never returned. But with that being said, I would love to get her as far away. At least that was my father's plan, was to get her either to fucking, I said it earlier, where's the winery at?
Kresk.
Kresk, thank you. There's too many of these fucking names and I don't have them up right now. Kresk, which again is on the western border of Barovia. But we are quite nice and in good graces with the Vistani, and they seem to have a pretty decent armored stronghold in a place called Vallaki. Vallaki is in between here and Kresk.
Which would you prefer her to be delivered to?
Would prefer her to be in Kresk, but obviously, with this being time sensitive, even taking her to Vallaki would be better.
So these ladies at the tavern
Yes, the Vistani. Yes.
said that Kresk is where they get their wine, and then they say they haven't had a shipment in 2 months. Are you sure that place is safe?
Thing you need to understand is nowhere in this land, and as he's talking, you all hear footsteps. And in walks. Give me a second. Here it comes again. The double tap. Ready? Wait. Did it do it once?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
In walks a beautiful red-haired woman.
I'm smitten instantly.
They give you diarrhea. Be careful. They give you diarrhea.
Wait, do it. I'm refreshing. Do it again. It didn't come through.
Okay, hold on. No.
Hang on. It hasn't. I'm waiting for it to load.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm just on my screen.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I just got another one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Shit, that's we're straight up my ass.
She says, Ireena.
What?
I love it. I love it. I'm not even phased by it anymore. That's the worst
You
part.
rolled right by it, yeah.
It's because you produced that. You made that happen.
Hey.
You taught him this. You.
It's fine. I'm proud of you.
I just need the YouTube channel to know that this is his fault.
This is what 4 years of friendship looks like.
Trust me, I was really close saying Jap side. So
Oh, come on.
But she walks in and mid sentence, Ismark says, Ireena, please sit. She walks in and just, hello, and like sits down, doesn't interrupt conversation. He says, well, something that everybody needs to know about this land is that nowhere's safe. Not in the woods, not in the villages, not underground or even up in the sky. But the name of the game, and she sits right next to him on like this love seat, and he kind of reaches over and like puts his hand like on her knee, on her left knee, and she takes her hand and puts it over his. It's best to get her as far away from the castle as possible, preferably without Strahd having time to follow or see.
We potentially have to go to Kresk as it is. I don't see the point in. I mean, if it's halfway between here and there, we can drop her off at Vallaki on the way. If we agree to do the wine shipment thing.
Well, again, to bring the final point, what has happened at Kresk, you don't know.
Well, that's why I said drop her off at Vallaki halfway.
Well, no,
Just
I'm
for
not
you to
talking.
keep her
I
happy.
wasn't
Yeah,
like responding to Jinx. I was looking at
He
him
would-
like
he would
I'm trying
explain.
to get
Yeah.
him to say what actually could be.
He
Sorry.
he would explain that there is family that he trusts all the way over there. They have relatives that could essentially hide her long term. She speaks up and Ismark, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I'm not going anywhere. Not until we lay father to rest. And they go back and forth, and no, you all are not going to corner me into doing a fucking NPC argument with myself. I've done it too many fucking times through the years. But essentially, Ismark begins to argue with her that he understands, but what matters is getting her out of here as quickly as possible. And she just continuously puts her foot down. And eventually Ismark backs off. It says, well then, that's fine. We can bury him at dawn. And she goes, this dawn? He goes, yes. It's time to say goodbye. He's been in here for 3 days.
May I ask what will probably be deemed an inappropriate question?
Damn it, Jinx.
For the sake of trying to find out why the attack stopped when your father passed, and any other relevant information that may help us in figuring out what's going on here, would it be possible to look through any of your father's artifacts, any personal belongings, paperwork he might have? Does he have a desk, an office? I recognize that having just lost him, this is a big ask, but I mean no disrespect by it.
Bismarck speaks up. I completely understand, and I suppose that would be okay. Of course, if you all wouldn't mind helping me get him up to the church and helping me with the burial.
That's fine. I don't mind that. My question is, though, now that you brought back the attacks had stopped, how frequent were these attacks? Was it every night?
Every night. Every night.
And you haven't had one for 3 days now.
And it stopped cold since he had been passed.
Are you sure they were trying to attack and get to Ireena? Or were they trying to attack and get to him, and then they just accomplished their goal?
Ireena speaks up. They want nothing to do with me. He who commands them wants me and has had me.
Yes, that's been explained to us. I didn't mean it that way.
And like she kind of like takes and like flicks her hair to the side, and you all can see there's 2 separate sets of what look to be bite marks obviously fangs, right? On
Indeed.
her neck. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that his thrall or whatever you'd like to call them were the ones that wanted you. I recognize they're serving him as a higher power, but maybe they weren't actually trying to get to you. Maybe they were trying to get to your father, and they succeeded, and that's why they haven't come back. It's just an idea. I'm spitballing here, but
It's Ismark speaks up. I've thought about this too, and I honestly think that that was just the first part of a bigger plan. I don't think that Strahd could necessarily get to Ireena while he was still around. But with him not here, that leaves her extremely vulnerable.
this is why you want to get her out of town.
This is why I need to get her out of town.
Ireena, what would it take to get you out of town? You clearly don't want to go.
She looks at her brother and says, to bid my father the respect and the burial that he earned.
You did say you would leave after the burial. I forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that first thing in the morning. Is the church, when we pass through what I would call town square,
Sure.
it looked like there was a church potentially to the northwest. Is that the church that you'd be
Yes.
burying him at?
Yes, that is the village church. There's a cemetery around back. That's where we will be taking him. Sadly, this will take a little bit of muscle. All of our carts seem to have been destroyed over the last week. So I hope you gentlemen don't mind
Carrying him?
carrying him. Yeah.
Is there anywhere in town to rent a cart? Or a wagon, potentially?
If you were able to track down the lady with the pie cart, maybe, but I don't. He comes and goes. You have to understand the Vistani. They're free roamers.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Any
they're here,
horse-
sometimes they're not.
Horses or cattle or anything?
He shakes his head. No.
Okay. If you show me where these carts are, I might be able to fix one well enough to get it to work.
So you would know already. Just minor retcon. Since you walked around the entire house, there were 3 of these carts behind the house, and they just seem to have been, not exploded, but you know what I mean. Think that they've been in a war zone of sorts.
Okay.
I would
absolute
say if
shit's
you,
been beat out of them.
yeah, I mean, I figure with the way mending works, right? And here's how I imagine my head. If you have a wheel that's in 20 pieces, you could slowly over time start to mend piece by piece like you're building a puzzle,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
I would say between the 3 carts that are out there, if you took enough time, that you could probably at least mend a cart to where it's functional. Right?
So I was actually working off the fact that I'm an artificer and not the fact that
Oh.
I have mending.
Oh, okay.
As being a tinkerer that can build shit, could
Okay.
I take these 3 carts and make something work?
Yeah, I mean, either way, spending enough time, I would say you have a very high probability. It still would be a DC, but it's a very
Sure.
low DC. So
Okay, I would ask them. I would offer that to them and ask them to show me where it is if they agree, and then I would get up and get to work if everybody's cool with that.
The only thing I would ask is how long would it take you to do it?
I
And
feel
that's
like I would.
me in game 2, Jinx.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel as though I will get a sufficient amount of rest tonight and accomplish this most likely. And worst case, if I don't, we carry it tomorrow.
well,
Okay.
and I mean, again, you don't sleep anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
it's
shut down for 6 hours.
okay. I would say it's probably by this point 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So it's still, you all have plenty of time still. Like I said, the sun's going down. It's not completely down yet. But you would definitely have time. And I would say that, yeah, it would probably take you somewhere in the realm of 3 to 4 hours of work. You could speed it up a little bit depending on how you do it if you had helping hands, but I'm not sure how you're doing it. So,
I would ask Raven to give me a hand if he was willing.
Of course.
And then between my artificer skills and mending both, and him holding pieces and helping with whatever he can do, I would dive into it pretty heavy.
okay. Okay. Word. All right. You go ahead and start on that. I'm going. So, as you all go out, Ismark has no issue. He'll show you where they are. It's exactly where you saw the rubble already. Since we probably don't have much hardware anymore, but if you need anything, please by all means feel free to ask, and I'll see if we can't make an accommodation. If nothing else, I guess I could always go up to the shop and see if I could persuade. I would rather not deal with that asshole though.
Yeah, F that guy.
I'll see what I can do.
But, if you guys need anything, please by all means come inside. We always have fruits and vegetables ready to go. Make yourself at home. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. As we walk outside, Graven, I'm going to pretty much explain that I don't really need your help with the cart. I just want you to keep an eye out for me. Because of the attacks and everything that have been happening, I just want an extra set of eyes. If you're talking, you're muted, buddy.
I got your back. I will keep my offhand rested on the silver sword.
Cool.
Have my back, battle buddy. Got your back, battle buddy.
What your tattoo say?
I'm probably gonna find like a semi-secluded spot in the house and just transcribe these fucking scrolls into my
Yeah, that's fine. Inside, when Ismark takes to show them around back, Ireena just offers them. While they're fixing that, it's starting to get a little late. Do you guys need food, or I can show you to your rooms?
I wouldn't mind seeing our rooms.
Of course, of course. And she takes you up. There's 2 rooms. Each of them have 2 beds in it. She apologizes and says, if I would have known we had company coming, I would have tried to prepare a little better for privacy, but
No need to apologize. No, of course it is. No need to apologize. We're just lucky to have somewhere to rest.
Hey, give us a cover. I'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
say
be
better
okay.
than sleeping in the dirt, man. We're good.
Nah.
Not that I'm there.
No, you're just housing a hot dog.
Get the glizzy.
As she steps out of the room, she stops and she says, if you wouldn't mind, I do have one question. How exactly did you find your way here?
Best way to
Barovia?
explain that. Or to your house, because that was your brother.
Okay. No, clearly you all aren't from here. I mean in general.
Well, it
Best
definitely
way
wasn't
we
on
can explain
purpose.
it. The best way we can explain it is the mist brought us here.
Yeah.
However you want to interpret that.
We were doing a job, camped down for the night. All of a sudden, this fog rolls in. The cart we were transporting is completely gone. As we're trying to look for it, we come across that house. Can't remember the name of them for a second.
The Durst.
Yep, Durst. There you go. I had Danehurst because I was thinking of Canehurst Castle from Bloodborne.
I got you. Mind your business. All right. Please trust me when I say this. When we get to Vallaki, I have somebody that I think you will need to talk to. Her name is Madame Ava. It's all starting to make sense now. And she walks away.
I'm just gonna look at.
Oh, so I just look straight at
Bob.
fucking.
Yeah. We're just gonna look back at each other and just gonna be like,
That's cryptic
Fuck.
as fuck, man.
the fuck she mean that she's
I feel-
starting to make sense.
I feel like you all in this like side eye shit is just gonna be like a thing throughout this whole campaign.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep. Bro, we just do jobs for a living, man. What the fuck are we doing?
Bro, we're in a house of death. We're now in another house that has had death. I don't.
we're in fucking fake Croatia. And fucking.
The Kirkland brand Croatia.
Oh my God. Like, I don't. Timu. That's where we at. We're in Timu, fucking Croatia.
There's so many fucking people here with the name Itch that I'm surprised they don't fucking scratch themselves to death.
oh, buddy, we're not done yet.
Eric's the only fucking know my name and he's fucking been lobotomized.
Yeah.
So I would take this time, but like, my question becomes out of more of a curiosity of this family. Why her?
Sorry.
Why her?
Why her? I thought I could have said
Is it a mark of because I can? Or because they were the most defiant?
Well, he said that she's, according to Strahd, she's his lover reincarnated. Whether that's fucking true or not. But I mean, you're right. It could just be, I like the look of her. I want her.
Right. Like it doesn't. He's been toying with us since we were teleported.
Well, and now we know he's probably been watching us the entire time with those fucking crows and bats out there.
Like ribeye from Clubland. Whatever they call it.
Tuesday, isn't it?
But yeah, I don't know, bro.
Once those two are back, we'll have to fucking figure something out. Because nothing, I mean, really, nothing since we've been here, nothing's made sense.
No.
Especially why us? Why have we been brought here?
Because already.
Hello.
Fucking DM.
Hello.
What was that? Who said that?
Stop. I like
Fourth
to,
wall.
yeah. I like to tell horror stories.
So, during this time, though, since we're in the room, I figured it's downtime. I will myself continue to work with my herbalism kit and just get used to it and learning how to use it better and doing all that. But when it's bedtime, I'm shutting my eyes for the 4 hours and then I'm up.
Yeah, I feel like we got a bit down to us. Like I said, obviously, I don't know how long it's going to take, but if I can get all scrolls done tonight, I will. But
yeah, you'll be able to. We'll work that whole currency thing out after the game. I'm not worried about it right now. I would say, yeah, you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time, especially with those scrolls. While you all are up there having your downtime, you all again hear footsteps coming towards the door, and you hear a knock on it.
Hello?
Would you mind if I come in for a minute? It's Ismark.
of course.
Sure.
Door opens and slowly creaks open. His head kind of pops in. Uh, Good, I see Ireena got you all settled in. Just checking in. But is there anything you all might need?
Not currently. I do want to thank you again for allowing us to stay here.
Yep.
Of course, I wish I could pay more or do more for you for helping get my sister out of here.
You're doing plenty already.
Thank you. Did you all happen to talk to my sister at all?
She did mention that we should speak to Madame Eva because certain things started to make sense. You have any?
In Vallaki. Yeah, she's one of the elders as far as the Vistani go. I've known her since I was a young lad. She has the ability to read people's future through cards. Essentially, she's able to pull cards from a deck, and she interprets them to try to give insight in certain situations.
Is she
I was-
accurate in any way?
Usually very. Ever since Ireena was bitten for the second time, he kind of like looks around, like closes the door before saying anything else. In the middle of the night, I've heard her talking as if she's having dreams. And yesterday I approached her in the morning about it, and she said that she was talking to Ava herself through her dreams. Doesn't make any sense.
What was she saying? Or what were the
Just-
conversations about?
From what she told me, she couldn't remember. She just vividly remembers Madame Ava visiting her in her slumber. I was curious to see if she would have brought that up to you all.
No, she just mentioned.
It's
Madame
all
Eva
starting to
by
make
name.
sense. That's all she
Mm.
said to us.
She said
Yeah, we
it's
didn't
all
re-
starting to make sense.
Yeah, she wouldn't give us a chance to question that.
Yeah, she just walked away.
She said that and then instantly walked off.
All right, well, maybe there's more that I can get out of her.
Is there potential Ireena has had a reading before?
She's had many. Like I've said, our family has had strong ties with the Vistani for years, especially since they are the ones who can come and go as they please. And what I mean by that is they can leave Barovia. They're the only ones that the fog doesn't affect. Folklore has it that when Strahd was killed, there was originally there was some deal made with the Vistani to essentially have safe passage. I'm not too familiar with the story. You'd have to find a historian of some sorts to really go into that detail. But I remember the folklores as a kid. But you know, as a kid, you don't really think about it, right? But what I do know is we've known the Vistanis for years, and they've always been good to us. My father used to have his fortunes read. Around here, it's a pretty common practice if you're lucky enough to find somebody that can actually do it. It's a dying craft, sadly. She hasn't been that way in a few years now. I don't know. I don't know if maybe the trauma of all this is getting to her and she's thinking of safe places. I mean, I have mentioned that Vallaki is safe. I don't know. I'll try to poke around and see if I can't get her to open up a little bit before the morning.
The only thing I could ask is, do you have a fear that they're going to attack today? Considering the fact that with how everything is now that there's crows are sitting on your house, he knows we're here.
We don't know that for sure, but assuming, I'm not saying I don't agree with you, but those birds have been here this entire time. They come and go, and they have for the last 9-10 days. I don't necessarily think we're in danger. Like I said, it's been a couple days now. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be prepared. But yeah, I wouldn't offer you all my home if I thought there was an actual hazard here this evening.
Okay. Oh, I will tell you that we are here to help. But understand, we might not be able to save everybody.
Completely understand. If for some reason something happens, please just try to get Ireena out of here. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about anything else. She just needs to get as far away as possible. And he seems genuinely sincere. You all could tell that he wholeheartedly believes that getting her as far away from Strahd as possible is the answer.
We'll try our best to make sure that happens.
At least short term, right? Like, obviously, if Strahd's really hunting her down like this, but that's, in his mind, he wholeheartedly believes right now that, like, she needs to leave. She needed to leave yesterday.
My instant issue is as soon as we leave, if we are being watched, Strahd will instantly know.
You're not wrong. I, too, have thought about this. Luckily, during the daytime, all the ravens go away. We should be okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm. If you guys don't need anything, and he's not flustered. Like, he's just like, what the fuck? Like, how does this keep getting worse? If you guys don't need anything, I'm gonna go check on.
Just one more thing. How long's the journey from to Vallaki from here?
It's about a day's travel. And honestly, there aren't too many places to stop along the way.
I was just about to ask if there's anywhere we could stop in between.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a map somewhere around here. I'll look for it tonight, and before you all head out, I'll make sure you guys have a map of the area.
Thank you. That would be useful.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. There's one main road the old Slavic road. But there are branch offs. Obviously, it's not just one straight line across the land. But I will find a map for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. If I don't see you all later this evening, which I hope I don't, I will see you all bright and early at sun break. And he bids you all good night. Would go out, check on you guys outside. If you guys didn't need anything, he would let you all be. Like I said, it'd take probably about 3 hours for you to get one working. If you wanted it to be like immaculate, it would take you 4. So it's up to you on.
I would take the extra time for sure.
Only need 4 hours to sleep, so.
Okay. All right. The night is yours for now, boys. You all can wrap up by the time you're done. Jinx, this cart looks brand new. You even take a little bit of extra time with a dagger to carve his name into the side of it, and put just what you would think is a complimentary touch.
Pancakes.
Then the rest of the
Kolyanovich.
Kolyanovich.
Just spell it totally wrong.
Yeah. And then scratch out the B. Oh, it's not Bisquick. Shit.
Right.
And then arc.
He spelled it how it sounds.
No.
Yeah, once we finished up, I would go inside and find the guys. I mean, I'm assuming the dude would come out and explain where the rooms were. So.
Yeah, of course. But he would have already explained it to you when he came out when Ismark came out to check on you guys. He would have explained, hey, just go up the stairs. Blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
So we would check in with the other two first. I'm assuming you would catch us up on all the conversation you just had.
Yep.
The cart outside's done. It's probably better than new, but they should be pleased. It'll make it getting the casket up to the church a little bit easier tomorrow too.
Yeah. I mean, with what they're saying is true. We're probably gonna have to make move as soon as the funeral's over.
Yeah. So what do we do if we're not quite all the way to Vallaki and the sun goes down to hide this chick from being seen?
That's the crunching issue right now. I asked if there were any stopping points in between where we could potentially hide and bunker down for a night. He didn't really give us any. There isn't really much between here and there.
Let me think on it overnight. I might be able to come up with something. I can pick new spells in the morning when I wake up. But let me look through what I got and see if I can come up with anything while we're waiting. Because there's a couple other stuff I can make some things too potentially.
Yeah.
And as a wizard, you should be able to pick new spells too if you just want to look through and see if there's anything that might help us with that.
Yeah. I got 3 new ones. I've read the copied over the scrolls. So if anyone else wants to hold on to the scrolls,
okay. Did you add those to your D&D thing?
I'm doing it, yeah, but I'm going to when we get the chance to.
Okay. We'll have to figure out. We might have to figure out how to manually force new spells into it, since we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
I knew a little bard that would pop up a little house.
Something. All right. Well, if you guys don't need anything else, I'm gonna sit out in the hallway and shut down for a little while.
No issues there.
I go to
I'm gonna literally. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say I'm literally just gonna go out, stand between the 2 doors, and shut down with my back up against the wall. I can still see it here.
Yeah, I figured.
But...
I go in the other room since he's not using another pillow. Grab the pillow. It's like nice comfy pillows.
Time for a wank, I think.
Time for
I
a
still
wank.
hear you.
with that, you all bed down for the evening. Take care of anything y'all need. Obviously, we're going to get a long rest in on this. The night goes off without issue. Through the night, Jinx, you can hear footsteps, and there are a couple times that Ismark just comes up and checks on everybody. He does make a comment of, "That's peculiar." You
Me
just
being out in the
turn off, and yeah, he goes just turned off in the middle of the hall.
as soon as he says that, my eyes turn blue again, and I look over at him and say, "I'm not completely off. I'm still alert and aware of the surroundings, which is why I'm in the hall."
You scared the shit out of him. You scared the shit out of him. He's, oh! Wait,
Apologies. I did not mean to frighten you.
It's fine. So you can hear why you sleep.
I can see too. I'm not really sleeping. I'm just.
Why? Yeah. Why do you sleep?
It's a state of dormancy that allows my processes and systems to reboot.
He just looks at you like, what the fuck? He's like, all right.
It's
well, I
complicated.
guess it's perfectly fine. This entire world is complicated. No signs of anything outside. I'm actually about to bed down for a couple hours myself. I've had a really hard time sleeping, but I will see you all here in a few hours.
Okay. The cart's done. I think you'll be pleased with it.
I look forward to the surprise in the morning.
Have a good night.
Yep. Have a good shutdown.
I will. Thank you.
And he goes back down the stairs and goes on to his quarters. The rest of the night goes on without issue. At sunbreak, you all would all start to wake your little happy asses up. You come downstairs. Ireena has made, I guess we'll call it breakfast. It's more or less, she's taken the spread of vegetables and fruits that she had and actually displayed them out on a table in the foyer for you all, with the bottle of wine sitting there next to it, as well as a pitcher of water. As you all come down, she says, please, it's customary that we all eat before today. And she kind of chokes up a little bit. She's dressed in, where last night she wasn't in like the plate armor, right? But she was clearly in like what we would consider commoner clothes, right? Today she is not. She is in a very elegant black gown with a black veil. The veil's back, and her hair is in a Celtic knot on the back of her head. She says, I believe Ismark's in the process of getting the cart ready. Just relax until he comes and gets you, and we'll move my father. Thank you. And she just kind of walks off down the hall. Are you all eating?
I mean, yeah,
Fuck it.
Okay.
might as well.
Jinx just sits down at the table with you guys, but he doesn't eat.
Okay.
He doesn't need to eat.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
So I just wanted to bring up, while we're at the table, I'll say, just wanted to bring up that this lady says that she has been talking with, or we should meet someone in Vallaki who's going to be able to tell us what's going on. I know we talked about it last night, but I want to bring it back up. She said that with the way we explained what was going on and how we got here, that it all started to make sense. I know she's grieving. And her brother is doing the best that he can. But what if it wasn't Strahd that brought us here? And he knows it.
I don't think that's the case. He hasn't given us any indication that anything untoward is happening here.
Well, I meant Strahd knowing that someone brought us here. That fog wasn't vicious to us. It was just pushing us.
We didn't really spend any time in it either. We certainly didn't do anything that anyone here might not want us to do, like leaving. We clearly were brought here for a reason. I think if we leave, the fog may turn. But as long as we're remaining within the walls, I think that we're okay.
Well, I'm not saying like we could just walk out of here. I'm just saying
Right.
It's a reasonable question to say, well, what if it wasn't actually Strahd that brought us here and it's somebody else who wanted us to deal with him?
I think we keep an ear out and see if we can turn up anything that points us that direction. But until then, we assume what we know. But certainly keep an eye out for it. I like where your head's at. While we're sitting here at the table, Jinx is casting Find Familiar as a ritual.
Okay. Sweet. Anybody else doing anything at the table?
Ian.
Man, that's it.
There's
All right.
So,
My familiar that I summon is a raven. Just so everyone knows.
Okay.
Planning ahead for the day.
Sweet. You all eat, and about 20 minutes later, Ismark comes in. And he's wearing just like simple, like black, like leather armor. Like I'd say like medium leather armor, right? Looks more like ceremonial armor than you would actually use in battle,
Functional, right?
Right. And he comes in and just immediately had Jinx. You outdid yourself. It's immaculate.
Oh no, that's pretty standard work actually.
Jinx, take the compliment. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Sorry, he might be a machine, but he's very autistic.
It's fine. Either way, I know my father would be proud. Are you boys ready to do this?
As ready as you are.
Yep.
Right. Ireena requested not to be around for this part. She'll meet up with us later for the ceremony. With that, he would lead you all to the parlor that they're in. There's a door on the other side that goes outside. When he opens the door, the cart Jinx that you've created is out there, angled down, ready for you all to load up. As you all stand around, two on each side, and with Ismark at the head of the casket. And this isn't an ornate casket. This is very like they just makeshift. This is like a commoner's casket. You know what I mean?
It's
like
a box.
it's a wooden It's the stereotypical wooden box, right? Yeah. And
You know, never mind. I was gonna make an ignorant joke. I don't want to. I don't want
You're
to.
being recorded.
Right. I was like,
I'm the only one that says wild shit.
Well, no, because I was just gonna say, have you ever thought of cremation? This would have been so much easier.
Right. True. It's not bad.
Fireball.
As you all stand around the casket, and Ismark approaches the head of it. He looks around at all of you all and gives you the nod, and as he squats to pick up, you all squat to get a good grip on this thing. You all load it without issue. It's heavy, but not overly heavy with 5 of you carrying this thing. as you all place it in the wagon, before stepping away, Ismark just kind of like puts his hand on the lid. And you all see what I call the fucking tight lip. We're trying to hold it all back, right? Yep. Get that lip inside. We ain't pouting. And he kind of snaps out of it, and I appreciate you all. Follow me. And the cart usually would be hooked up to a horse, but obviously there's no livestock here. There's a wooden handle on each side. Two of you can get on each side and still tow the damn. Still tow it. Well, you're pulling it, but yeah.
Okay. Very good. Just a second.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And then in the distance you hear a bell ring. Bring out your dead. No. Yeah, Gene Wilder is just hanging out now. But you all begin the the march all the way up to said castle. And
If you would have had Phantom Steed, that would have been solid for this moment. I'm just saying.
Right. Give me 1 second so I can actually put you guys on a map.
This shit is dope.
Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillars stone that support Castle Ravenloft stands a gray sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously been weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. The bell tower rises towards the back, and a flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. That doesn't exist because it's daytime for you all right now, so you're not seeing the lights like that. But you all approach, and there's a huge cemetery behind. Once you all get there, Ismark says, "All right, hold on 1 second." And he walks over he goes behind the church, and he opens the gate to the cemetery and waves you all forward. You all pull into a blank space on the lawn, and right here we'll do. Let me just go in and get some shovels real quick.
We have to dig. Oh, okay.
He said he needed help burying him.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
It's all going down until he says dig 4 graves.
Right.
All 911, but not for
Not
me.
for me. He goes in about 2 minutes later, comes back out with 5 shovels. Says it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It should only take us 4 or 5 hours to do this.
I feel like we could do it faster than 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. I'm just used to not having people actually help do these sort of things.
4 or 5 hours for just you, so.
No, I've had help. Usually the town, when there's a burial, the town's involved and helps dig the hole. Guess I'm just not used to efficient grave diggers.
Which hole do you
So what are they using their hands?
Where's it at? Mark it for me real quick.
Yeah, and he takes a shovel and does like just a scrape around in a rectangle.
I take a shovel from him, and then you just see my echo appear, and then we both just start digging.
Does that mean I don't have to? Does that mean I don't have to do it because you got your familiar?
Get your ass over here and dig too.
Son of a bitch.
The quicker we get this hole, the quicker we can hit the road.
So Jinx puts his shovel down, and instead of digging with the shovel, he casts elementalism on the ground and forms the dirt into a ball that he picks up and tosses out of the hole.
I guess me and my fucking echo climbing out the hole now.
Yeah, I was about to cast Mage Hand to pick up the shovel that Jinx just put down, and he explained that.
Elementalism has one called Sculpt Element, where you cause dirt, sand, fire, smoke, mist, or water that can fit in a 1-foot cube to assume a crude shape for 1 hour. And it's a cantrip. So I'm just tossing 1-foot cube or balls, cubes, whatever, out of this hole.
Just got done in 5 minutes.
Help. By all means, help. But that's what I'm doing.
Honest to God, the only reaction I have is motherfucking robot. Just like, come on, get the fucking shit.
The corner that Jinx is working in is like perfectly fucking square.
Yeah.
Like it's made out of metal almost. But it's
there's a bit of a moment where I throw dirt towards him just because I'm like, get that too. And this too.
Understanding that this is a joke that humans partake in, not humans specifically, but humanoids partake in.
Yes.
He does the same thing, but throws a whole cube foot of dirt back.
And there's just a moment of, like, I didn't realize that he was throwing it back. So then all of a sudden I just smacked in the face with dirt, and I'm like, I'm killing him. He doesn't know yet, but I'm killing him.
But yeah, we're just humping through the dirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, hang on. As a joke, I turned to Zavath and just say, if we dig this hole even deeper, we can bury him with.
We can bury two
as well.
Underneath the box. I agree.
Damn.
Meanwhile, poor fucking Ismark is like, I don't understand what's happening, and I'm like, nothing. It's just, I'm just gonna just trail off and just fucking shit.
I would say it takes you all probably about probably like an hour with the way and how efficient that is for that just to be like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Both playing Minecraft in fucking D&D.
Right. I would say it takes you all about an hour.
It's a fun use of the spell.
And once it's dug,
I dig it.
you all go. You all go to reposition the cart. To essentially, as soon as you all are ready, you can pull it off and lower it in during the ceremony, right? As everything's set up, I need everybody to roll me a d20.
Fuck.
15.
I'm waiting. 18.
13.
2.
Is this new dice?
That dice tower doing work, baby.
It was the other dice that I've been using, and I rolled that one, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
He showed that tower, and I said to him, it's going to be great so you can watch your dice fall all the way down to roll a fucking 2.
You know the other roll that I made?
Go on.
That I got an 8 for? That's because I have a +7.
God damn.
That happened, Connor. That happened. At least it wasn't combat, but that happened.
Right. Connor, roll me a perception.
Can I give him advantage since I'm proficient in perception? You should. It should be a lot.
Perception. 16.
My passive 17, I'm just saying.
Hop over to Whisper with me real quick. All right. Yeah, all right. You all were positioning the wagon. As soon as it's kind of in position, Ismark says, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab Father Donavich.
Another Vitch. What a
Another
Vitch.
bitch.
Donavich.
Is Ireena with us?
Ireena is with you all, yes. Oh wait, no, she's not here yet. No, she was coming for the ceremony. That's right. No,
Okay.
she's not.
That's right, because she didn't want to do this part. That's right.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You're giving her trouble.
You doing anything with that, buddy?
I kind of look around, and I does anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
You know what?
Let's
Hold
probably
on,
from the church. Just
I'll give it.
from the church sounds like a screaming kid. Can you, Jenny, not hear that? Screaming.
Hearing him say that, Jinx would walk over to the church and get closer to it to see if he can hear it. But
Yeah, I mean, as you all
I'd walk up
over.
exactly with them.
Yeah. As you all walk up to the church, as you like put your ear up to the wall, like you can. There is definitely a muffled scream of some sorts coming from the other side. You can't make out what they're saying, but it seems to be like 5 to 7 word sentences.
are there two different voices or just one?
It's just one.
Is there a door behind the church? Jinx would look over at Torin and say, "Is it the same sentence structure repeated over and over and over again?"
In a way, different cadence and different.
It's clearly a chant of some kind, though.
No, it's not a chant. It's more like a frantic, like somebody's saying something like over and over and over, like and like panic or plea, right? I guess would be a good way to put it.
But it seems to be the same words over and over and over.
Right.
Okay. That doesn't sound good. I think somebody might be in trouble.
As you say that, I'm already trying to crack the front door open quietly to see if I can see what the fuck.
You ran all the way around the church?
I'll run around with him, especially being the stealthy guy here.
Okay. You can run around the church.
Yep. Quietly open the door and see if we can hear it better.
Yep. It should be open for. Well, it doesn't matter if it's open because you all can already see.
Well, I just want to try and at least get a peek on what's happening. Like,
yeah. You can. If you peek.
Hold on. I don't. Don't you have your familiar out, Deej?
It's a bird, but yeah.
Okay.
You peek in the door. You can sit there and you see Ismark standing in the middle of what appears to be a church hall. It's definitely in shambles. Not from like a war zone or anything, but just the whole place is falling apart. It's old. And up behind the pew is a man, a human. I can actually pull him up for you guys real quick so you can see him. Here it comes again.
Did the screaming get any louder when we opened the door? It's creepy.
Not to you all. It would be a little louder for Connor, just because he's inside. It still sounds muffled though. But with you peering in like that, Ismark is standing in the middle, and who you would assume to be Father Donovan is behind the pew next to a rope, like a bell tower rope, right? Mid conversation, it's just normal. Ismark's saying, Father Donavich, would you mind coming out and inspecting the burial site? And he nods. How long do you stay there?
Until it looks like they're going to start making their way down to where I am. Then I would.
That's just pretty much like, yeah, like as soon as you would see Ismark like start to turn is when you'd be like, whoop.
I wouldn't touch the door. I'd leave it just slightly cracked because he might think he left it slightly open. I don't want to make it look like I was dropping.
I got you. Okay. Do you say anything to anybody?
I'm there with him.
Okay. Okay. All right. And
I mean, I'd look at Jinx and I'd just shake my head like the sound that's just indicating the sound of it being made definitely isn't doesn't look like it's coming from there. It sounds like it's coming from there.
I mean, why is there someone screaming inside of the church, and why don't either of them seem to give a shit?
Well, we'll find out. I guess we'll probably find out in a second. It looks like they're coming out.
stay
Why don't we-
tuned.
Why don't we wait here and ask them when they come out?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna stand here, and as soon as they come out the door, awkwardly, Jinx is immediately, as soon as he can see both faces.
Yep.
Why is someone screaming inside?
I'm gonna let him do that. I don't
No,
expect any
that's-
different from Jinx.
That's fine.
I bounced it off of somebody first this time. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
You're fine. As they get close to the door, you can hear them. You can hear Ismark just make the remark. You don't understand it. They took it from rubble and made it into a beautiful chariot, and the door opens. And Ismark kind of like turns and just like holds and just boom. There's Jinx. There's fucking Jinx.
Why is there someone screaming inside?
Who you believe to be fucking Donavich, kind of just goes, you all just watch it. It goes, oh, you didn't tell him. And Smark's like, I didn't really think about that. No, I didn't. I didn't think they were gonna come into the church.
We didn't come into the church. We could hear it from out here.
Yeah, we heard it from out back.
Donavich just kind of sighs and says, I tried dealing with this for the last fucking year. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do, but he never stops. He always just screams, Father, Father, I'm hungry. Father, Father, I'm hungry.
Who is?
He just kind of goes still for a minute, and Ismark speaks up. His son, Doru.
Peter. Sorry. It's just.
Priest with child locked away. Surprise.
Why is your child locked away and screaming for you?
Why have you not fed it?
I'm curious. This doesn't look good from the outside. Is all I'm saying.
I know. Ismark steps in and says, I've got it, Father. So like I said earlier, there have been others that have come through. About a year ago, there was a mysterious man who arrived. Everybody around here called him the Mad Mage. Whatever that means. And he stops. Anyways, this man convinced a bunch of the locals to storm Castle Ravenloft. They believed that as a group they could kill Strahd and remove the curse. Things didn't go to plan.
So he was bitten.
Instead of Strahd killing them, he turned all of them. Except for the Mad Mage. He did kill him.
And your son was in that group?
Father Donavich nods. Foolish boy. Foolish boy.
You're not feeding him.
What am I supposed to feed him?
He's been turned.
Food, vegetables, anything.
Now, this is going to come out of Jinx's mouth in a very logical sense, not in a very emotional one.
Yep.
But he would say, not feeding your son is that worse than just imprisoning him? Because you're kind of doing both.
Ismark immediately speaks up, and kind of just like puts his hand on father's like shoulder, like be like reassuring, like that wasn't supposed to come off in any ill form. He's like, he has to, and he stumbles with the words, but he finally gets them out. He has to eat flesh. He has to drink blood.
I understand.
We don't want to murder, and there's no way to go about feeding him. What's anybody supposed to do?
So where does your morality lie? In not wanting to kill others or in wanting to torture your child? Because one of those things has to give. You either have to feed your kid, or you have to stop their suffering.
Show mercy.
I recognize that is not an easy thing to come to terms with. I don't personally experience emotion like that, but I recognize that it is difficult and not really something that any parent could probably bring themselves to do. But it does seem to be the holy answer for a God-fearing man, not to torture and allow one to suffer when you have control over it.
Not livestock you can feed on.
We tried that. But he's still here. He's still my boy.
If Strahd goes away, will he turn back?
I don't know. I've done everything. I've prayed. I've offered my own soul, but nothing's worked.
You're keeping him for your own personal desires. Aside from eating, obviously, what does he want?
That's all he wants.
Has he been?
That's all he thinks of. No,
have you asked him?
You can't go near him.
Jinx would turn and look at whoever's closest to him and say, I don't have the emotional intelligence to fully understand what's happening here. I see the answer, and I don't understand why no one else sees this answer.
One of the human things that you may never understand, Jinx.
And with that, we will stop.
Boom.
Right there. That's why I was like, do y'all want to get, because this is going to get spicy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, all right, we'll stop there. I'll make note of where the fuck we're at.